Campers at Jeffco's Children's Ability Center are happy to be back.
Everybody knows Joshua. He's like the mayor. They say he's the J in Jeffco. And it's just really cool to go there. And
Debbie Corliss is the mother of 14-year-old Joshua. She says her son couldn't wait to go to camp again.
He knows that his favorite people are there, so he went right to specific people to ask if they were going to be there.
Joshua was diagnosed with autism and Angelman syndrome. With camps being closed for over 3 months, Debbie was struggling to work and manage Joshua's needs.
It hit me like a ton of bricks because there's nowhere to put him. I work full time. I am divorced. My husband wasn't prepared to take Joshua full time, which I really didn't want him to. I heard Jeffco shut down, and then I was really freaking out.
That's when Jeffco stepped in and offered to send one of their camp counselors until she found a full-time caretaker for her son. Now, with Jeffco open again, parents like Debbie can work without having to worry.
Our children really thrive on routine. They want to know what to expect next. They want a schedule. They're used to that. And all of that went out of the window with COVID-19. So our parents have been struggling with that scheduling and keeping them home and keeping them active and keeping them engaged.
The first day of camp was different. Temperatures were taken at drop-off and campers were put into smaller groups.
We're keeping groups separate. The groups are going to be very small, approximately 5 to 6 children. Our ratios are small as well, 1 to 1 or 1 to 2, so we can rest assured that the campers are getting that engagement that they need while still providing some distancing.
The special needs campers start off their day in their assigned rooms, then follow their schedules. Activities include arts and crafts, physical education, and sensory play.
I would recommend Jeffco to anybody that they can meet their needs, from a severely disabled child to someone who's, they kind of serve everybody, to someone who's very high functioning. And I feel very comfortable leaving Joshua in their hands. He's nonverbal, but he actions speak louder than words. Those are my favorite words. He'll get out of the car and run into Jeffco. The door is shut behind him, and he's not looking back to. So that makes me know that he's happy.
If you don't feel comfortable taking your child to a center right now, Robin says Jeffco is offering online services. For more information on that or to see if this is the right camp for your child, you can find more information on our website, WSFLTV.com. Just click the Rebound.
It's really going to come down to having a good plan.
Will your retirement savings rebound from the pandemic? Up next, the financial information you need now that could help you stay on track for the future.
We're just looking for reliable people that have experience in the hospitality industry.
A local family-owned restaurant is hiring, helping you get back to work as we rebound South Florida.
As the economy rebounds from the pandemic, one study found that 1 in 4 workers is worried about retirement. We have expert advice whether you're looking to quit your 9-to-5 right now or within the next few years. Retirement can seem scarier now with recent hits on the stock market and uncertainty about how the coronavirus will continue to affect the economy. That's why retirement advisor Celine Pastore suggests dividing your money into separate buckets to protect your finances.
You don't want to have all your money taking the same amount of risk.
Pastore suggests putting 1 year's worth of retirement income into a money market account or an investment-bearing cash fund so you don't have to raid retirement accounts if stock prices turn volatile. She instructs her clients to invest a portion of their assets into moderate risk funds they won't need for the next 2 to 5 years. The rest goes into long-term investments that can afford a higher risk tolerance.
The number one thing that I see the difference between people that are very successful in retirement and those who are not as successful is they spend less than they make. They're very good at saving.
For those who are still working, Celine says socking away 10 to 15% of your income in a retirement account is critical.
It's really going to come down to having a good plan on getting there and making sure that you're paying yourself first, you're taking the right amount of risk.
I'm Jackie Calloway, WSFL TV.
With school programs and several summer camps shut down for the summer, some parents are depending on food distributions to feed their families. To help with the increase in need, the nonprofit organization Meals on Wheels expanded their Break Spot program.
When you think about your children, you just don't think about the lines anymore. You know, it's more for them than us.
Zita waits in those long lines for food at least once a week, But to her, it doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as she gets what she needs for her family.
That's a great help because the kids are out of school and most of us parents are not working. So this is a wonderful opportunity for the kids to get something.
The mother of two is just one of the hundreds of thousands of South Floridians waiting to get their hands on the necessities.
We are able to give the children 18 and under 7 breakfasts and 7 lunches frozen to last them through the week.
Executive Director of Meals on Wheels South Florida, Mark Adler, says this year they launched over 50 sites to make sure every kid has something to eat. Normally, Meals on Wheels would provide a daily meal service for kids at the libraries they've partnered with, including South Regional Broward College Library. But since the pandemic, they've had to launch their Grab and Go program.
It's a great program, and they really fill a need in the community because we've had to, obviously, with social distancing, be creative, so they've helped us out with that along the way.
I have relatives that are out of work like me, and I think I'm gonna go give them the information that I'm getting today.
The Grab and Go meal distributions will be available every day starting next week. To find a location near you, there are several ways you can do that. Dial 211. Text Food FL to 877-877 or head to their website and put in your zip code. We're challenging our communities to step up and fight hunger among the most needy. If you'd like to contribute to Meals on Wheels South Florida, there's a link at the top of our website. You can also find information if you're interested in becoming a volunteer.
Here's what's next on the Rebound South Florida. Small business owners frustrated trying to get their Paycheck Protection Program loans forgiven. Why for some, the process is still too difficult. Getting through this with stories to help get back on track as we rebound in South Florida.
President Trump recently approved changes to the Paycheck Protection Program, giving small business owners more opportunities to qualify for loan forgiveness. Still, many small business owners say even with these changes, it's a tough process to get their loans forgiven. We spoke with one banking group pushing for automatic forgiveness on some loans to help businesses get back to work.
It's more than a business. It is truly our lifeblood.
It's a story 91 years in the making.
I'm the 3rd generation out of 5. We're really part of what goes here because we have a legacy that we're continuing.
A tradition of artistry.
Grandfather learned bookbinding in the King's Court in Copenhagen.
A family heritage Gail Lindley was desperate to save after COVID-19 slowed her business to nearly nothing.
There was a lot of sleepless nights because we were wondering, how are we going to do this? How are we going to pay our staff?
But a government loan from the Paycheck Protection Program came just in time.
I actually cried when we got it.
Now Lindley is worried about the extensive requirements to make sure her loan is forgiven. The PPP loan forgiveness application is 11 pages long and requires companies to carefully document all spending on payroll, rent, and utilities. Companies must also prove they've retained workers and kept wages the same to earn full loan forgiveness. Consumer Bankers Association CEO Richard Hunt says documenting this is an unnecessary burden.
Right now, small businesses across the country are spending about $2,000 more and about 15 more hours submitting another additional set of paperwork. We're saying just forgive all those loans under $150,000.
The Small Business Administration is requiring the most documentation for businesses who want full forgiveness. With the changes President Trump recently approved, businesses have 24 weeks instead of just 8 to use the funding, and only 60% of the loan needs to be used for payroll.
We can make that money last a little bit longer and be more thoughtful on how that's doled out.
For Lindley, she says automatic forgiveness would help a lot. She's just hoping all the bookkeeping she's done will be enough to keep her family's story alive. In Denver, I'm Alexa Liacco reporting.
As part of our commitment to rebounding, we want to help South Floridians get back to work. Here's a look at a local restaurant hoping to increase their staff.
Caja Caliente, a Cuban fusion eatery in Coral Gables known for its home-cooked meals, is back in business. Like every non-essential business in South Florida, the family-owned restaurant had to close its doors for dine-in when the pandemic started. But Monica Leon, founder and owner of Caja Caliente, didn't waste any time.
Taking this time to kind of restructure my company, kind of see things that I needed to work on and fix, and part of that was my team. A lot of people left.
Monica opened the restaurant with her mother in 2016. Since then, they've been a local favorite, specializing in foods that represent Miami, like Cuban tacos.
We're known for good home-cooked meals, Cuban style, family style, flavors that we grew up eating with our parents and our grandparents.
With plans to expand, the company needs more employees.
We're definitely looking for servers right now at this moment. We also have line cook positions and grill positions available in our food trucks. And we also have an events sales coordinator for our food trucks.
I'm really lucky because I left last week in the other place and here I am this week already.
Today was Desi Martin's first day on the job. He was let go at his previous company because it was sold. It happened during the pandemic, but that didn't stop him from looking for jobs right away.
I think what helped me out was my experience, that I have experience. I've been doing this for a long time and, I was able to fit right in this.
The main requirements to work here?
We're just looking for reliable people that have experience in the hospitality industry, people that want to come to work and that want to share my message and my mom's message with all our guests.
Monica says the two food trucks will be spotted around the Brickell and Wynwood areas